Hey everyone, so today I want to talk about the 9th or possibly 10th, depending on how you're numbering this, episode of the 7th series of Doctor Who, Hyde. So to jump in straight with the plot here, I just want to say wow, wow, wow. Anybody who knows me will know that I'm a spiritualist, so I take a keen interest in the paranormal. I was really looking forward to this one. However, I did kind of worry a little bit that they were going to perhaps exploit it or do it in a negative way. Obviously not a problem in the slightest. It was great. If you haven't seen the episode, I'd suggest you avoid watching this video first. Just I probably will give away one or two little spoilers. But just in case you haven't seen it or you can't remember or whatever, the Doctor is basically looking for a ghost in Caliburn House. But is it a ghost? Is it not a ghost? Of course, I think given the fact that this is Doctor Who, we knew it was going to be something more than just an apparition, a ghost, the spirit of somebody who had passed over. We knew it was going to be more than that. I had no idea what it was going to be, and what it was, I was quite surprised, and that's not what I expected it to be. So I was very impressed that it kind of threw me in all different angles and didn't ever give the game away for me personally too soon. If you did guess, well done, but I absolutely didn't. The fact that it's an empathic psychic we're dealing with I thought was really fantastic, and it wasn't done tastelessly or insultingly or maliciously. It was handled very well, so I really appreciate the show and what it does there. Some of you will know that there is a member of my family who is a messenger, so I obviously deal closely with this kind of thing. So I'm so thankful for the show for not butchering that or anything. It also kind of reminded me in elements of The Unquiet Dead from Series 1, which is one of my all-time favourite Doctor Who episodes. So needless to say, I did love this. I think the empathic psychic, whose name I can't remember. What is the psychic's name? I'm so sorry. I can't remember her name. But she reminded me of Gwyneth. Gwyneth from The Unquiet Dead. Gwyneth being played by Eve Miles. So that was absolutely lovely. It was quite scary in parts, especially the first half when we kind of didn't know what we were dealing with at all. There were moments, because I had my headphones in, I was listening through headphones, and there were moments where it was quite scary and quite dark and quite noisy. So it definitely plays on the emotions as well. So the plot, I think, is brilliant. Clara in this episode as well is fantastic. As I said with the last episode, Cold War, Clara as a character we're getting a lot out of. She's really questioning the Doctor, and she's really kind of digging deep into who he is. Most of the companions ask Doctor Who, get a bit of a really rubbish answer, and then they leave it. Clara's not. She's asking questions. She's really investigating this, and she helps us learn. You know, she helps us get more out of the Doctor. However, there was a moment when I turned away from the screen, but I still had my headphones in, and she was talking, and I kind of put Amy Pond's voice in her words. So it's still taken me a little bit of adjusting to get used to hearing a female voice that isn't Karen Gillan's. But Clara, I think, and Jenna Louise Coleman, I really warmed to her quite quickly. The episode is written by Neil Cross, and there are quite a few things in this which I thought were very funny, actually. Yeah, there were quite a few comedic moments in this, especially with Matt Smith's acting. His facial expressions are getting more flamboyant and more exciting, and I don't know what it is about this series with Matt's expressions, but they're brilliant. There was one line in this that Clara delivered, which I think was brilliant, and as I said, this will be a spoiler, I think, or it'll ruin a bit of the magic anyway. But she says, "We're all ghosts to you," and that is a really interesting thought. The fact that the Doctor can travel 100 years in the future and the present day Earth population is gone. So I thought that was really quite emotional and quite a serious, one of the more serious, darker moments of the show. So it kind of toned down the comedy level a bit, but it was very interesting. It's directed by Jamie Payne, and I think it's quite simple in some aspects. And then there are other scenes where it's just insane. When he's in the pocket universe, there are a lot of quite exciting, racy moments going on there. But then when he's back in our world, it's there are a little bit more simpler shots. And then you have the shots where we're getting the ghost. So it's sometimes you're like really in the moment and really sucked into it, and the next minute you're just there to enjoy the dialogue and enjoy the interaction between the characters. Never is there a massively busy scene, an overly busy scene, or an overly complex scene where you have to really pay attention to the words. So I think the balance there works as well. Hyde is easily my favourite episode from the season, I think, from the series, certainly the second half. I'm not entirely sure it's my favourite from Series 7 altogether, but I do love it. Clara, I couldn't love her any more than I do. I think she's fantastic. Slightly worried that we're going to learn too much about the Doctor in this series, and I assume there will be like a big reveal in the 50th anniversary or something. Really am quite genuinely concerned. I know people will be like, it's a red herring again, he's not going to do it, he's not going to spoil the best kept secret in TV, but you never know. So fingers crossed. But let me know your thoughts on Hyde, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.